Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. This is Howie, and I'm here to help you win with money. In today's episode, this is the weekend summary, and February last trading day is over, so this will also be the month end summary. So stay tuned to see what my P&L is for the year. Again, that is a running total. I will go and paste in all the transactions from the 22nd to the 26th into my pivot table, and then we'll look at the data. Don't forget to hit the bell if you want to see all my videos. That's only for those who are interested in seeing what I do when I trade. Again, I have other playlists for those who are not traders, or if you're a buy and hold investor, there are different topics that you can see. I don't build videos for every topic, otherwise I'll be doing this full time, and that would be insane. For those that love Facebook group forums, you can chat with me in here. I use a Investing 102 because I believe in leveling up your skills. Again, that is Facebook Investing 102 group. So let's talk about the market. The markets weren't that bad. They were down about 2% on average. Nasdaq was down about 2.5. If you look at the last 3 or 4 weeks, the market has been trending down because last week was down also. But the markets are not really as bad. If you look at individual names, there's definitely some stocks that moved down 10 or 15% so far, so there is pain there. But if you're a long-term trader, it shouldn't be a big deal. In the world of Bitcoins, this is a big shocker for most people. Last week you were talking about $57,000. It dropped down, then it went up, then it dropped down. So there is some volatility in Bitcoins right now, and no one knows where it's going to go. So I hope you don't load up. If you're dollar cost averaging, you may be fine and you don't really care about what's happening. So I loaded up my spreadsheet and we're going to look at the last transaction date. I need to grab all the transactions starting from the 22nd on. So I'm just going to grab them one at a time or one per day, and then I'm going to paste it in here. I grab some of those 22nd, paste, grab more of these. This is a different portfolio. Paste. Those were all to 22nd. Let's go to the 23rd. So I'm going to grab everything for the 23rd. There's not a lot. Just this one here. Copy. Paste the 23rd. We're doing 24 now. Copy those. And paste those. There you go. Grab the 24. And paste those. Did a lot of trades this week. Didn't realize that. Paste the 25th. 26. And the last of the 26 is over here. And I'm going to paste those in. If you zoom out, you will see that these are all my new trades for this week, which is quite a bit. So much that it doesn't even fit on one screen. But I actually know what I'm doing. These are all formulas. So I'm just going to do this so you can see it. Now there are some that I need to delete, not because they're bad, but some of them are miscellaneous stuff. And I'll show you those. The first thing I'm going to fix, you see how these things are all messed up? I put a filter on the word dividend. So I want to fix all of these because some of these they don't work. The formulas don't work. So I manually do it. This is STZ, CF. I did the ticker symbol wrong. That is CF. And then you see this will mess up my pivot. So you got to make sure, whoops, sorry, I did that wrong. So you got to make sure you fix these. The dividends are the same way. So these are the new ones. So you can see how, hang on one second. First, I want to make sure I use one. Copy this. All the negative signs should say purchase. So that one is a purchase. That's a purchase. And then I'm going to copy this, put it here, and type in week 8 so I know. So this is very detailed. So I have a way to track everything. And it should make sense because the dates are there. But I create a memo field. And I completed the dividends. I believe that looks right. I don't see an error there. So let's move on to the next area. I put a filter on the type, and I want to delete these. These are useless rows. You see this? This is I earn a little bit of interest, but I don't track those. So I'm gonna delete those. Let's do the next one. And I actually did make a mistake. This is week 8 dividend, not week 7. So I fixed that already. And let's move on. And just to show you what I do, I go through line by line and I fix these items here. And then I actually will write a note for each trade. So it takes a little bit long to do. So this one, I did let's put a number here, 252. So that was a rolling up and out. This one looked like I created a new, that's creating a new one. So that's a new iron condor. So that will look like this. And so I do that for the whole thing and I'll number them. So I'm going to save you guys the pain. I'm going to do this manually and just record after I'm done with the list. Okay, that took me a while, but you see I did it all in blue. And the ones that didn't have color are not, I don't count those. So those are most likely dividends or something different. And here you see when I zoom in, you will see what I was talking about. So this one is useless. I need to actually delete this interest one. And you can see that I made 7 cents in interest. This is why I don't like sitting on cash. I rather do a trade with my cash instead of earning 7 cents. So I'm going to delete that one. I don't care about that. And I think we're good. And sometimes I can't tell if there's an error until I look at the details. But I hit the save button. So I'm going to scroll to the top. We're going to do this pivot. This is the part that I really care about. It will fill in all the data for the week. And there you go. So on average, you see what I was making per day for the week. And again, that's for the week from 22 to 26. You can see, I want to make sure there's no error. So I don't see anything weird. So the dividends are here. So that looks good for the week. Okay, that looks pretty good. So let me go here. Let me pivot this. Hit the refresh button. And there you go. So I'm going to copy this number over here. And for the yearly, is this number here. And I'd like to do a refresh over here also. So that refreshed. I'm going to go back here. Let me fix my pivot table. So my current week P&L should be 9,574. Paste that over here. You paste that over here. The average look like is correct. My average will drop over time. I expect that. And the total number of trade is 287. And I plugged it all in. So week 8, this is what it looks like. I have, obviously week 9 is not here yet, so I have no idea what the data will look like for next week. But that, not a bad week. I made another $1,000. There was some high risk stuff that I had to fix and some of the iron condors. But a couple trades I want to talk about, so let's go over that now. I put a filter on and I put Tesla. So you can see that in this year or this week, here's my Tesla trades. I didn't make a lot, 44 bucks for 1 day of risk at most. Again, I risked like 4,000 bucks or whatever it was, but it was cash that was sitting in my account, and normally the cash in my account earns very little. I'm talking about 4 cents a week or even 4 cents a month. I don't even know what it is. So there are times where if there's an opportunity for me to do a really short trade, that's what I end up doing with Tesla, and I actually did it on both sides. I did a oh, this is wrong actually. Let me fix this. This Tesla was a credit spread. So that's the only thing about going through details. I can actually fix it. So that looks fixed. The next thing I want to talk about is I put a filter on RIOT. Remember, blue is my current week. You see I made another $800. And don't forget that RIOT blockchain was downtrending. And you'll see what I mean. Last week I had a strike price of $73. I was moving it down. And as the week went on, you can see I'm rolling it down, rolling it down, rolling it down. And now I'm down to $48 and $49, and I'm still not in the money. I'm sorry, it's in the money, but it's because it's a put, it's really a bad thing. So I'm gonna keep on rolling it, and you can see it's costing me money. Well, it's not costing me money. I'm actually making money still. So I still get a net credit, and it releases buying power because I'm using cash to curve puts. These are not credit spreads because when I started doing RIOT, it was only a $13 stock. And on a low cost stock, I normally just use the cash. But as it went higher, it actually costed me way more buying power than I really wanted to. So in one sense, because RIOT is going down, it's actually releasing some buying power. I have some extra cash, and that's why I did the Tesla trade. But I made money on a down week because I don't own the shares. I don't own RIOT. I've been playing it. If you scroll up, you'll see it. I've been playing it week after week after week after week since the beginning of the year. And you can see that. And that's the whole purpose of seeing it this way. And for those who want to see what the subtotal is, you can use a formula and use like K, whatever it is, to K 6,900. I can do something like this. I made $5,000 just in Tesla. I'm sorry, in RIOT blockchain. And if I just did it for the last, well, but you get the point. So let me just delete that. Okay, let's talk about something else. I put a filter on Rocket Mortgage. You can see a couple things. Let's see how much money I made using cash to curve put on Rocket Mortgage. It's telling me I made $92 last week on Rocket Mortgage. Now, these are cash to curve puts, but because Rocket is a $20 stock, it's not taking a lot of buying power. And you can also see over here, all these are on the same dates, even though they're different contracts. I count that as a single transaction. And if you go back to this table, you're going to see how you can see what strategies were working this month, whereas last month I had different strategies working. So the iron condors are making me money this month. Cash to curve puts are doing really well, but some of the cash to curve put has to do with the RIOT move, okay? So because RIOT went up, it wasn't really Rocket Mortgage. This was really RIOT blockchain. So a lot of the gains came from there. You can see things that are not working are the cover calls, but cover calls will eventually make me money. I know it looks weird to see this. It's showing a negative value. What that means is there's some of the things that are, I don't like getting my shares assigned. I actually do collect premium over the long term of using cover calls. And so over time, this looks weird, but it's really not. I do make a little bit of money on cover calls. It just looks really bad for the last 2 months now. But over time and at the end of the year, you'll probably see it'll be in the positive and it will balance it out. But things are looking okay so far. And when you go back to this statistic here, you're going to see a trend. We're still too early in the year. It's only 8 weeks into it. But right around week 20 or so, you're going to see what the P&L per trade is. It's going to get more closer and closer to what the yearly average will look like. And I don't know what my average will be this year. Like I said, I was shooting for a somewhere between $10 and $15. And if I finish out the year somewhere between here, I will do okay. It means I will make anywhere between $15,000 and $22,000. And people wonder, well, how can you make money trading small? And that's what I do. I'm trading small. I'm not going for a big winner. There are trades where I'm happy with $10, $15. I close it out and I move on to the next trade. Some trades I collect $30 or $40, close out the profit and move on to the next trade. So I just repeat the process over and over. I do that on nearly every trade, whether it's a cover call, cash to curve put, iron condors, or spreads. Now, some spread, if I'm going long, I do stay in those a little bit longer, but as you can see, I will lose money in those. So let's just see how this year plays out. I think I'm doing really well. And I have said this in all my previous videos. I'm not hiding anything. You can see it. I dump everything in a pivot table. I pivot it. I'm not hiding the data. You can always see if you want to see my previous month data, it is there. I can always load it back in and you'll see it. But for those of you who know, I have old videos out there. I'm not hiding it. You can always load up an old video to see what I have posted. The number's not going to change. So for this month, this is the end of the month. If you look at just February data only means my P&L was at 53 for January. February is only 4 trading weeks, but it's also, I brought it from a 53 to about 95. And that's not bad, not bad. So I'm quite happy with the results. And the other way you can see that is just looking at the results here. A little bit under, a little bit less than what I made in January. But in January, I gotten lucky on, I went long on Lemonade and something else. And I was lucky. This month, I got burned on Lemonade. And I'm still in the trade, but I basically lost money in the trade because Lemonade was one of the stocks that dropped maybe 15, 18, 20%. And I did do a credit spread, and I was on the wrong side of that trade. And that's the risk. Not every trade will go your way. If I didn't put on that trade, I think I would actually be higher by nearly $1,000 or more. Because that one did cost me, I think I placed a bet using $2,000. And I don't remember exactly because I did 2 contracts. I think it was about $1,000 each contract. And it went against me. Lemonade dropped just like a lot of the high-tech stuff dropped. So that went against me, and that was a bad trade. Sometimes it is what it is, so you have to make it up in other areas, and that's what I end up doing. I started focusing on sticking to what works. And then towards the end of Thursday and Friday, if I have extra cash in my account, I was trading small, trying to make an extra 20 or 30 bucks to bring back some of that profit that I lost on one of those trades. And that one did cost me big for this month in February. With that being said, I survived the month, made a positive month. It was good. I don't want to say it wasn't good. It was good relative to what I've been doing, but it's underperforming what I did in January. So I'm ready for the next month. March will be interesting because the markets look like they're downtrending. Bitcoin is downtrending, so I'm not out of some of the riskier stuff. My RIOT blockchain is going to be a little bit harder to manage. The key for me is to try not to lose any of the gains that I made. So I have a $5,000 room, so I can, if let's say if blockchain or Bitcoin drops 50 or 60%, I may have to just take some of my previous profit and just eat the loss and just close out the options position. But with that being said, no one knows what next week will bring. I show you my portfolio. don't really know how to play those things until life happens. I have no idea what's going to be hot next week, whether GameStop is going to be hot. I know I've been playing some cannabis plays 2 weeks ago. RIOT blockchain and Bitcoin has been hot, but we have to see. With that being said, don't forget to give me a like. Comment below in this video. Let me know what you're doing. And for those of you who want to support me, you can click on some of my referral links. If you want to use Coinbase, I have a link below. You fund your new account with $100, you'll get a $10 extra in Bitcoin, and so will I. Again, none of my advice I charge for. This is all free. YouTube content is for you to learn, and hopefully you will be able to win with money. And that's what I'm here for. I want to help you win with money. You can do it $1 at a time, just like I am. And again, let's do this together. Peace out. Have a profitable week. Bye-bye.